This is the 18 WJTS News. In tonight's news, reported man with a gun in Jasper. Martin County man on the run, now in custody. 100 men who cook. Kurt Guxel will be in with sports, and WJTS Informed continues with Dave Englert and Steve Lindauer with the Southern Indiana Leathernecks. All this and more coming up next on 18 WJTS News. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Jenna Schaffer with the WJTS News. A report of a man with a gun in Jasper led to a vehicle chase that ended in a crash in Orange County. Last night, just before midnight, DuBois County Sheriff's Office responded to a call about a man with a gun in the area of Badenstrasse in Jasper. The man was then located in the Walmart GameStop parking lot, driving recklessly in a blue 1997 Chevy pickup truck. The male driver then continued northbound on US 231 into Hayesville. The male subject then turned eastbound on State Road 56 and continued into Orange County where he had crashed. The subject needed to be extricated. The male subject was then transported to Memorial Hospital by Memorial Hospital EMS for treatment of injuries unknown at this time. And then he was transported by St. Vincent Air Evac to Evansville for further medical evaluation. No other information is known at this time. The name of the subject is being withheld due to injuries. We will have more on this story as it becomes available. A Martin County man that was on the run for almost a week was caught Wednesday night. On Friday, October 4th, around 6:05 a.m., Martin County Community Corrections contacted the Martin County Sheriff's Office to advise of an electronic home monitor tamper alarm in Shoals. When a sheriff's deputy arrived at the residence of the alarm, they found the tracking bracelet in the yard and James Mike Hurt nowhere to be found. For the past 6 days, deputies from the Martin County Sheriff's Office have been on the lookout for Hurt. Martin County Reserve deputies were also called in to assist with the search for Hurt. The Martin County Sheriff's Office received multiple tips from concerned citizens regarding the possible whereabouts of Hurt during his elusion from authorities. These tips led deputies to search several square miles of local wooded areas and terrain over the past 6 days. On Wednesday, October 9th, the Martin County Sheriff's Office received an additional tip from a concerned citizen advising of a possible location for Hurt in the county. Sheriff Travis Roush, Chief Deputy Josh Green, and Deputy John Wright began a multiple-hour search of the possible location by tracking footprints they believed belonged to Hurt. The search ended with the capture of James Mike Hurt on a Martin County warrant for escape, a level 6 felony. Hurt was also found to be in possession of a substance suspected to be methamphetamine and is subsequently facing additional charges for methamphetamine. Hurt is being held at the Martin County Security Center without bond. The Sheriff's Office is very thankful for the cooperation received from the community. Results are in for the 2 beneficiaries for the 2020 100 Men Who Cook. 100 Men Who Cook is lending a helping hand once again to 2 local groups. Mentors for Youth and Crisis Connection are the beneficiaries for the 2020 event. The Executive Director for Mentors for Youth, Ellen Korn, says this helps their program immensely.
We have so many kids on the wait list. I'm so excited. Without funding, it costs about $1,500 a year to fund a match. So with the 19 kids we currently have and the 3 that we usually get a week, this is going to go a long way. And it's also going to be able to help train our mentors to be better mentors for these kids. These are tomorrow's leaders.
For Crisis Connection, being a beneficiary will help them have a larger community impact. The Executive Director of Crisis Connection, Paula Rashi, says it will even help them start a new outreach program.
We're hoping to reinvest in our workforce, better train our staff, have them better equipped to deal with the complicated situations that they run into with victims of domestic violence, sexual assault. We plan to do community education and we're trying to start a mentoring program for high-risk young adults.
Choosing the beneficiaries can be a lengthy process. Old National Bank Jasper President Tom Crodel says it all starts with an application process.
We have an application period where individuals who are interested in being the beneficiary of the event fill out an application. We then vet the applications. We then bring all the individuals who filed an application in to talk to our inside committee.
If the inside committee thinks an applicant is not ready to be a beneficiary, Crodel says they do what they can to help.
We'll have a discussion with them, telling them what we feel they need to improve on to possibly be a beneficiary in the future.
Those who make the cut move on to the outside committee. Crodel says 10 to 12 individuals from the business community who are either chefs, sponsors, or promoters of the event spend the day looking at the applications.
Each of the individuals will come in and do a presentation of about a half an hour in length about what their program is, what it does, how they would use the money, and then they have a question and answer period.
Crodel says they end the process with both committees talking about the applicant's strengths and weaknesses. Then committee members send Crodel a numeric list of their choices. And finally, Crodel uses these to decide who the beneficiaries are. Crodel says after this announcement, he is ecstatic about next year's event.
We look forward to a great event. Mark September 12th, 2020 on your calendar and make arrangements to be there. And if you would like to support the event in any way, please feel free to give me a call.
Last year's event raised $255,000 for CASA offices in Du Bois and Orange counties. This helped the offices purchase specific items for kids that are taken from their homes and supported an endowment for the program. 100 Men Who Cook takes place on Saturday, September 12, 2020 at 6 p.m. in the Huntingburg Event Center. The city of Petersburg is receiving a $7.5 million wastewater treatment grant. Petersburg Mayor R.C. Klipsch made the announcement during the City Council meeting Monday night. This grant will be used to help redo the city's wastewater treatment plant, which is a $13 million project. The mayor says the plant is reaching its full capacity. So without these improvements, adding customers is out of the question. And this upgrade would not only help Petersburg residents, it would also help with city economic growth and future developments of I-69. The executive director of Pike County Economic Development, Ashley Willis, says having a reliable water and sewer system is essential, and without it, there is no chance for the city to attract new industries and businesses. Mayor Klipsch says the preliminary design for the new wastewater treatment plant is almost finished and hopes bidding can open up by the end of this year or early 2020. Something spooky is coming to Huntingburg's Market Street Park this weekend. Destination Huntingburg is hosting their 7th annual Haunted Huntingburg event this Saturday, October 12th. The Haunted Huntingburg Blues Festival takes place from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. This year's headliner is Bosco France from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. Other acts include Birdland Blues from 11 to 12 p.m., Hogmaw from 12:30 to 1:30 p.m., King Bee and the Stingers from 2 to 3 p.m., and Blue Phonique from 3:30 to 5 p.m. The Haunted event will also have a zombie-free kids zone featuring face painting, inflatables, and games from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. In addition to this, multiple food and vendor booths will be open during this time frame, as well as an exclusive VIP tasting room, craft beer, bourbon, and wine sampling. Families can relax and enjoy the family-friendly movie Hotel Transylvania 3 at 8 p.m. And these are only a few festivities happening at this year's Haunted Huntingburg. For more information, you can either head to hauntedhuntingburg.com or visit their Facebook page. It's that time of the year again. This Saturday, the Jerry Brewer Alumni Stadium in Jasper is going to showcase the many high school marching bands across the area for ISMA preliminary competition. The marching bands across the Du Bois County area are focused towards the competition as they look to move on to regional and state competition afterwards. Northeast Du Bois Marching Jeeps is heading into this Saturday with one of the youngest bands they have had in a long time. Northeast Du Bois Band Director David Fox says that despite the age, the band members have adjusted well to the demand of the marching band season.
Very consistent after school, come here ready to work and improve every day. Like, usually there's that ups and downs with it. Like, they get tired of me and then they get bored. But Usually there's a lot more good and bad, and this one they have just been so positive and so consistent all year. So yeah, the whole after school practice, getting used to that was not a struggle. The whole changing this, then changing that, and then changing everything 100 times was not a struggle. They've just done it with great attitude and working hard.
Northeast DuBois senior Iane Mundy is leading the band as drum major. Mundy, who has been a member of the Marching Jeep since she was in middle school, says that her final year is looking to be a bittersweet end.
I'm glad I got to do something new for my senior year. I've always wanted to be color guard, didn't get to do that, but that's okay. Like this is good. This is good for me. But like being drum major, just being in band helped me grow as a human being, and I hope to leave this program in a high note.
The Northeast DuBois Marching Jeeps are set to perform in Scholastic Class B competition this Saturday at 11:39 a.m. Jasper's Marching Wildcats are also set to perform in preliminary competition tomorrow, as they are set to be one of the last bands to perform for the night. Abby Fisher takes the stand as the Wildcats drum major. Fisher has been in marching band all throughout high school. She says that being a drum major for a large band like Jasper has made her feel like she's a part of every section.
And it's really cool because I used to just be a flute, but now I kind of feel like I'm part of like all of the sections. I'm not just a flute. I kind of am better friends and closer to everyone in the band because I'm kind of everyone's like leader. They all have to watch me and stuff. So.
A new addition to the Marching Wildcats is new director Chad Gaso. Although he taught and worked as the band director of Forest Park's Marching Rangers for many years, Gaso now has the title of Wildcat. Gaso says the transition has been seamless.
Kind of what I've been telling everybody is just that, DuBois County, everybody's kind of the same. Everybody's good people, and it's been really pretty easy. The parents have been very accepting. Students have been really good about trying some new ideas and really just trying some new programming ideas and techniques, and it's been really nice so far.
The Jasper Marching Wildcats are set to perform in open Class B competition tomorrow at 7 p.m. Now, speaking of Forest Park Marching Rangers, the Rangers are also set to perform tomorrow. After the spot of band director was left open as Chad Gaso went on to director of the Wildcats, Eric Obermeyer took the title of band director for the Marching Rangers. Obermeyer has taught music before, being a band director at South Knox and Vincennes. However, this is his first time directing a marching band. He says the season has been great thus far, but he's excited for the rest of the season.
I can't wait. Tonight we put on the rest of the show, and the kids are just absolutely ecstatic about it, and me too. I can't wait to see how it pans out for the rest of the year.
Leading the Rangers is Elise Herndon. At the age of 16, she has already led the Rangers before. She was a junior drum major during the 2018 marching band season. She says that she has had a fun time adjusting to the role of leader for the Forest Park Band.
It was intimidating at first, and I was actually really scared, but now that I'm here and I have Mr. O, it's pretty cool.
The Forest Park Marching Rangers are set to perform an open Class D competition Saturday at 3 p.m. For a list of those performing at the ISMA preliminary competitions this Saturday, head to isma.com. Stay tuned. Weather, sports, and inform are coming up next on 18 WJTS News.